Hi all! I've made a couple of videos now about finding and buying a house in Germany. I would like to continue with this topic and in this video share with you the laws and rules that apply when you are owning a house in Germany. Number 1, so-called SCHNEERÄUMEN and STREUPFLICHT, snow removal and the obligation to strew sand or salt in front of your house, which is your duty as owner of the house and plot of land to make sure that the sidewalk next to your house is clean from snow and ice. And because we are in Germany, the rule is very precisely defined. When do you have to clean the sidewalk? On work days, actually quite early, between 6 or 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. You have to make sure it's all the time free of the snow and ice. On the weekends, luckily, you can start 2 hours later. It is also exactly defined how wide you have to clean this way on the sidewalk next to your plot of land and your house entrance. It must be at least 1.20 meters or 1.50 meters wide. Unless it's the way to your garbage area or to your garage, just 0.5 meter would be sufficient already. You are also obliged to strew salt or sand in case the sidewalk is slippery. But you have to be careful and check with your local authority whether salt is allowed, because in many villages strewing salt is prohibited. Should you not fulfill these winter obligations, in many states in Germany you would be charged about 500 euros fine, and in case someone falls down on the sidewalk next to your house, you would also have to pay compensation. Number 2, so-called MÜLLSAMMLUNG, trash collection, which is very famous how precise Germans are with their rubbish separation. And if you are living in a house, on top of this you have to remember each date when the particular kind of trash will be collected. And on the evening before your trash collection day, you have to place the trash can in exactly the right position on a sidewalk, so the people collecting the garbage can easily empty it and put it back. And if you do it wrongly, they will not collect your trash. And if you miss this date, you would have to wait for another 2 weeks or even for a month in case of paper and trash until your garbage can be emptied again. And to make life easier for you, there is often an app. For example, in our Dachau area we have a dedicated app where you can easily check your garbage collection calendar and find out on which dates you have put which garbage can outside. Still something to be prepared for. Number 3, a very nice German word. I hope I can pronounce it correctly. SCHORNSTEINFEGERGESETZ, chimney sweeper's law. So if one day you have a strange looking person knocking at your door and asking to let them in to check out your chimney, you are actually obliged by law to let them enter and do their job. And pay money. It's about 20 euros every year. Number 4, cutting the trees in your own garden, which is not allowed starting from the 1st of March and until 30th of September. Why? The reasons, I guess, are obvious. The law wants to protect the nesting birds and squirrels with their babies. So if you do not follow this rule, you might have to pay up to 10,000 euros fine. Next one, also you might be quite familiar with this, quiet Sundays as we all know, all the shops and everything is closed in Germany on Sundays and nobody works. This also refers to your gardening activities. You should not do any kind of activities causing noise and maybe disturbing your religious neighbors. It includes such activities as, for example, mowing your lawn. However, people working in agriculture do not have to follow these rules. Like if you're a farmer, you can do whatever activities on Sunday you like. The next one I just find quite funny. You might face some strange people in your garden, and in case you're confused, what are they doing? They are actually allowed to enter your property if they are a bee master and they are chasing their bees. So by German law, a bee master chasing his own or somebody else's swarm of bees is allowed to enter other people's properties if necessary. So don't be surprised. And the last one. If you are thinking to build a swimming pool in your garden or maybe a little garden house, of course there are laws as well and rules. Usually you have to obtain official approval from the building authority. But for example, for the swimming pool, if it's less than 100 cubic meters, then you do not need to get official approval. And if it's a garden house, it should be smaller, for example in Bavaria, than 75 cubic meters. But the rule varies depending on German state you are living in. It depends on the purpose of this garden house. For example, you're not allowed to build a toilet without a permission. So if you break this rule and you do not obtain the building permission in cases where you have to obtain one, then you might have to pay up to 50,000 euros fine. So I really hope some of these rules were helpful for you, and if you have any questions about the life in your house in German countryside, please let me know. Thanks a lot for watching.